see. Hello, hello.
Are we live?
I think we are. It says we are.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see if we go to YouTube. I don't know where it would put us, but let's
I think
see.
it will put it on your. No, yeah, it's on your YouTube channel.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Oh, are we
yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Whoa, amazing. I gotta find it. Live. Here we are. We are there. Oh my gosh.
Hype, hype, hype.
Uh, we are there. Sorry. I'm trying to put everybody on here. It's not showing everybody.
We're figuring this out.
I think.
Yeah, and I think we have
I think because
feedback.
it's a separate stream from the Skelly premiere.
Yeah.
Is everyone here? Oh, I hate that we couldn't have everything up here. It's in a separate stream now.
Yeah. I just linked it in the chat. I hope maybe some people will still see it. If not, then.
We do have some people flocking in though. If you
Oh,
look back
let's
on
go.
StreamYard.
Let's go.
Thank you. Oh
Is it working?
awesome. I wish that it would.
Hello,
Hello.
everyone.
Hi, people.
Hi, guys.
How's it going?
Welcome, welcome. I hope you all just saw the premiere. We had like a different live stream going on. Oh, Kayla, look. It's someone that your son knows. If you look in the chat, it's Ash. Oh, Kayla, are you muted? Am I muted?
No, I can hear you.
Yeah,
No.
I can't hear Kayla anymore. Can you guys hear Kayla?
No.
Oh, I
No.
muted myself.
Ah.
Oh,
There it is.
Oh no.
There she is.
Wait.
Oh, thank you, Televised Entity. So glad
don't-
you enjoyed.
I don't want to be the big fat person here. There we go.
Haha.
Wait, what happened?
Awesome. I'm sorry, everybody. Of course, technical difficulties on my end. Please forgive me.
So, I guess, well, now that we have people here, shall we get started with this Q&A?
Yes. Let's
Like, if
open it up.
anybody has questions, feel free to type them in chat. I assume you all saw the premiere we had just now of the little animation of Sarah walking through this night kind of scene. We are here with the production crew. Kayla, of course, the director. Maybe needs no introduction. Does anybody else want to introduce themselves? What we all do in this project?
I don't know. Do we go in order of like the names?
Sure. So I guess Teddy, can you go? But how are you connected to Skelly?
Hi, I'm Teddy, and I am the production assistant for the show.
Nice.
Yesterday.
Yay!
Random, you are one of the voice actors, right? Can you
Indeed, I
introduce
am.
yourself?
Yes.
who
I am
do you
the
voice?
voice actor for the therapist.
What?
Oh, your voice sounds very
It's from the
therapist-like.
bell. It's from
Thank
the
you.
bell.
I guess then I'll go. I'm Wivery. I did the animation of Sarah that you just saw of her walking and the turnaround, and some of the effects with the water drops as well.
Yay!
So, Lakaira, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, can y'all see and hear me?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Okay, good, because I was struggling.
No, you
I couldn't
made
even
it.
see the premiere. I was on here and I couldn't see anything.
Oh no! Well, it's
Um,
live now on YouTube.
Okay. But hello. Hi, everyone. I'm Lakaira, and I have the honor of playing Sarah.
our main character. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Naya. I have the privilege of being an animation lead on Skelly, and I'm so happy to be with you all tonight.
Hell yeah, animation crew.
Hi, I'm Tyler, and I voice Big Ark in the pilot.
Let's go.
Awesome. And I think Christina just joined.
Hi guys, my name is Christina Brown. I have the privilege of being a EP / writer / awesome.
Yeah.
In
People
general.
from all different sides of the production spectrum.
Yes.
And let me know, do you guys have a lag for me on your end, or am I coming through good?
No, you were coming
We
through
hear
quite
you
clear.
I can hear you nice
Hearing
and clear.
some static, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
I hear like some rustling or something.
Crystal.
Yeah, I don't know if it's you who has to
Is it
start it.
me? I hope if Nigel just got off the bed. My son, sorry, he just got off the bed, so maybe that was some of the rustling. Hopefully, we don't hear it anymore. We did have some questions. What inspired you to do Smelly? Well, I do Smelly well. No, Skelly. So I think if you go back to any of my last interviews, this question is asked a lot. I decided to do Skelly as I was talking to Wyvery. I have a fear of death, which I think everybody might have that fear. So I wanted this to, it started off as an experiment of, could I write a story about death and would it be scary or would I put it down? Because you normally, when you talk about death, it's kind of like, you don't want to talk about it. And at that time, my dad was like, oh, we really got to get together and talk about my will and everything. I know I'm making everyone super sad, right? But then I was like, you know what? Let's make this fun. And I added a lot of elements from my life and made it very topical and kind of autobiographical in a way. So I worked with some crazy people at a graphic design studio.
Oh, sorry, random. I think it's you who's like having the
Oh, yeah.
static. Can
There
you
is
maybe
some,
do, like
my
push to
apologies.
talk? Thank
Yeah, I
you.
can try that.
Oh yeah, it was him.
Yeah. But yeah, so I wanted to merge the two and I was like, well, let's make this a whole fun ride. And that's what we did. So yeah, that was why I decided to make Skelly. And I also wanted something out there for people to like love and really like, because we know the animation landscape right now is kind of in the gutter.
True.
But we're trying so hard to come at you with some hard-hitting stories and some funny stuff. And I think that Skelly fits that mold right now. And I think it's something that needs to be told right now for anybody who felt different or, feels different or is going through something or has their own skeleton in their closet. I think it's definitely something that the world needs right now. We need some funny and we need some thoughtful stuff, I think. And just we need more animation.
Big agree.
Yeah. Anybody else have any questions?
I got a question for you, Kayla.
Yeah.
When you were, conceiving of Skelly and you're thinking of the story, what did you start with? Was it the story itself, or like did you have the character of Skelly or Sarah in your head, or like what was the first seed that planted would grow into Skelly?
It was definitely working at a graphic design studio and just all the characters we had. And then just one day I sat there and I said, what if a girl named Sarah worked here? And I drew Sarah out and I was like, and what if she had a skeleton in her closet, but like it's a real skeleton? And it kind of just snowballed from there. I was already working with a cast of characters. So I was like, I'm going to put Sarah in there. And then I'm going to put Skelly. And at first I was like the double S's, everybody likes that alliteration. Sarah, Skelly, alliteration. So I was like, let's do that. And then it just kind of snowballed from there. And it was really picking things that have happened in my life and the people I worked with. Like everybody in this show is based on someone I've worked with, warts and all. And I tell everybody, like, don't do anything around me that might be funny because I'm gonna put you in the show. So it definitely came from there. Like Big Ike is someone I used to work with. We won't say his name. Like I'm not very subtle at naming people. We know who they are, and people who have watched this know who they are. But generally, same person, same exact person. Everyone can pick him out and be like, "Oh yeah, that's who I used to work with." Sure is.
Yeah, I think you really feel it as well that these characters have a lot of you in them and a lot of your experiences because they all feel like real and obviously maybe a bit characterized, but very unique, all of them, and like they have their own personality.
Most definitely. Most definitely. And that's definitely what I wanted to put. Like everything I work on, I always like to put a piece of me in it. And I think every artist does that, whether subconsciously or consciously you put yourself in there. You could be the main character. Some people are like, I have main character energy, and they're just like, let me put that in there. I was like, I don't have that main character energy. I'm never going to be a main character in anyone's life but my own, but I was like, all these other people around me, they definitely have some side character energy, and I'm going to put them in there, right? Hi, Ash. I know you're my son's classmate. Hello. I'm glad you joined. Anybody else have any questions? I know everybody had to jump over here. I feel so bad. I wonder if anybody's putting any questions over on the premiere, but I don't know.
Oh, I don't think. No, the chat doesn't seem to be
Okay. I wanted to
active
make
anymore.
sure. Oh yeah. It's not active anymore. Well, does anybody have any more questions? I have questions for my team. Wyvery, what made you choose animation as your thing?
Oh, that's a great question. I think I got into art. What helped was definitely the movie How to Train Your Dragon. When that came out, I was like, okay, this is the best thing ever, and I want to make stuff like this. And I started drawing. What I like about animation is it's a bit technical as well, and I do have that like technical mindset. It's not just drawing, but you also have to understand the software a little bit, and like, well, especially in 3D, it can get quite complex, which was also something I was interested in at the start. I originally, would you believe it, thought I would become a 3D animator. But after trying that direction in art school for about 1.5 years, I was like, well, I just miss drawing so much, man. And thus pivoted to the animation in the end. And that's what I do now.
Awesome. And Vivi, what made you want to be an animator?
Oh my gosh. Hello. It's a long story, but I guess I can say I've always just loved cartoons and animation since I was very young. And I realized like, oh, if people can do this for their job. And I wrestled with myself. I went to school for sciences. But then after school, I was like, I want to do more, I want to like actually pursue something great and help people out with their projects. And so yeah, this is the first time I worked on a team, and Miss Kayla is the first person that gave me like a big opportunity like this. So
you always call me Miss Kayla, and I'm always like, no. Teddy, what made you get into animation? Oh, did Teddy go?
I'd have to say what really inspired me to I'd have to say what really inspired me to getting into animation was very much the idea of telling stories. As a kid, I very much liked reading, and this is kind of a funny story. One day, I was in my mom's office, and I just decided to, and I started writing. And my mom asked me, "Well, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm writing a book." And my mom's like, "Why are you writing a book?" I said, "Because nothing in the library has me in it."
Mm,
So, one of the major reasons why I started doing animation and why I started writing and creating is because I wanted to tell stories that had me in it. I wanted to tell stories that had people like me in it. Very much kind of like Wyvery, I did and still do a lot of 3D animation and a lot of 3D modeling and a lot of I love creating and the idea of the idea of opening up a window for other people like me to see themselves is why I got into animation.
I see. And Naya, same question. What made you get into animation?
I think animation it served a part. Like I didn't really feel like I fit in anywhere else, and it felt like a form of escapism for me. Especially growing up, it was kind of hard, and just being able to put yourself somewhere else for a moment and just making characters that look like you. I didn't even know I could like I remember for a while like I didn't draw black characters for a while, and my brother actually he draws too, and so I wanted to kind of impress him for a moment, but he was like, "Hey, why come none of these really look like you?" And I'm like, "We're allowed to do that?" So I started drawing just to kind of like what Teddy said, just to see myself in characters, and I hope that can do the same for other people someday.
Yeah, I hope so too. We need good representation, for everybody. Just good representation. And now to the voice actors, Lakira, who just took a swig of water and she's ready to answer. What made you get into voice acting?
So, what got me into voice acting? Well, as a kid, I always liked to play pretend and just entertain people. Sorry, a little interruption. So, yeah, I used to like to entertain and just have fun and play pretend. I used to make up games with my twin sister and my nieces all the time. And then that got me into wanting to act. I just love becoming a character. And then I just got enveloped by cartoons, and some cartoons that really got me passionate. It was like, whoa, could I do this one day? I wanted to create my own shows, but like Gravity Falls and like even like Ninja Turtles from 2012, the 2012 edition, just really inspired me, and stuff like Steve Universe. And I honestly had my moment where I was like, wait, could I even do this? I don't see a lot of like black people, or at least I wasn't aware of like a lot of black voice actors back then. So I kind of just put the dream on hold. I was like, well, I don't think I could do that. I'm from Michigan, and I don't know if I could. But then I just got back into it when I was older, maybe like 19, and here I am now.
Do you guys know that I'm Lakira's twin? Yes, I'm just 20 years older than her.
But yeah, funnily enough, my twin sister, her name is LaKayla. So
Whoa.
Oh
yeah.
goodness. Yes.
That's great.
Tyler, what made you get into voice acting, or what spurred you to get into voice acting?
Well, growing up, I consumed way too much cartoons and video games, especially cartoons. And I would always love to see like the same people and be like, oh my God, that's the same guy from the other show. Or like, oh, the same guy who voices SpongeBob does Eduardo in Foster's Home. Like, huh? And just I always thought that was so cool. And I always pointed it out, like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme, you know? And I, I I always did like silly voices and I always liked accents and stuff. And I made the progression from that to like D&D. And as you got to like kind of be the characters as the DM, you'd be a whole bunch of characters. I had a lot of fun doing that. And then it'd be like being a voice actor, was always like romanticized in my head. Like, man, wouldn't that be cool? But I could never do that. Nah. But I don't know. One day, like a couple years ago, I was just like, I saw an ad for a learn voice acting course, and he said it was for Joe Zejas, and he said in the ad, he's like, the only thing stopping you is yourself. And I thought, you know what, that's true. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go into it, and I just dove in and haven't looked back.
Awesome. Random, if you are there, I know you went
I
on
am
mute for a
still
little bit.
here.
What spurred you to get into voice acting?
Such as Tyler, I was introduced to many video games and cartoons as a young child. That, of course, led me down the path of hearing multiple voices by many a famous person. Eventually, I learned how to replicate some of the voices near perfection, especially some from British comedy films like Austin Powers, and I think what was the British version of James Bond with Mr. Bean in it?
Oh,
Johnny English, that's the one.
Johnny English. Oh, okay.
Very funny.
I was like, the British version of James Bond. I thought it was James Bond.
I think James Bond's British most of the time. But either way, that got me down the path of replicating voices, as I say. And I thought, I'm doing multiple other hobbies, and I don't really want to make any of them into a job, just in case eventually down the line too far, they become a bit of a bore because I'm doing the same thing 24/7. But with voice acting, I've learned that it's an on-call sort of thing. You just do some lines and then you can get back to whatever you're doing for the rest of the day. So I thought, I'll start applying. I'll make a demo, introduce myself to some people, get some connections, and eventually you accepted my demo, and here I am.
Awesome. I love my whole crew. If y'all don't know, I love my skeleton crew. Love, love, love. And Christina, she's the odd girl out. So, what spurred you to get into writing?
Oh, I hope I don't be loquacious and talk and rant. I've always been a writer in some facet. I think I remember being six and writing short stories about Native Americans. And I have the proof. It's just in this old house of mine, so I have to start digging. In terms of creative writing and screenwriting, it took me maybe about 20 plus years because I was in corporate America a couple years back. And then I lost my job in 2022. And then the universe was like, hey, Christina, you're getting into screenwriting. Like I said, you were going to be a couple years back, but you ignored me. So I started out writing a TV series and I'm still rewriting, but that allowed me to write a lot of TV shows, movies, short films. And now I can be the creative person that I could be and stuff like that. So I'm very excited about Skelly and seeing it come to fruition. And I'll do anything to make that goal possible.
Oh my gosh, and she has, y'all. If y'all don't know, Christina, she likes to play behind the scenes, but she has been helping me a lot along with the Kickstarter, everything else, getting us these grants, or trying to, giving me a list of grants that I need to apply to, but I'm always too busy. But yeah, she has been a powerhouse and she is definitely an asset to the team, as everyone else is. Everyone is an asset. I could not have even gotten Skelly off the ground without all of these people, like on the screen and the ones who aren't here right now who couldn't make it. The skeleton crew has made all of this happen. And I'm just happy that everyone wanted to take a chance on me. Hello, me. And want to join Skelly. So I think that's kind of amazing, right?
We love you, Kayla.
Oh, I love you all too.
Love you, Kayla.
Yeah.
Love you all too. Does anybody have any questions? I think we missed a question up here somewhere. And like I said, y'all work with this old lady. I'm trying to go through the comments. We did have a comment that where is it? Here. Do you have that moment that just made you decide I'm going to animate and get involved in art in the world? And that Ash came on. Ash was on. Did you see that your friend Ash was on?
Hello.
This is my kiddo. Say hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
He likes to
Bye.
get on here and bother mom. Do I have a moment that just made me decide that I want to animate? Actually, I never told my story about how I got into animation. I am actually an animator, and like Wyvery, I went to school, and my track was supposed to be computer animation. So I was going to be doing 3D animation. And so that was my track. My dad said that that's where all the money is right now, and that's what you're going to do. You'll love it. You'll love animating. That's where all the money is. That was, fun and all. And when I got into 3D and started doing the nodes, I quickly said, oh, hell no. There's no way I'm doing this. And I decided I was going to go on the 2D track. But everyone's like, 3D is much simpler than 2D. And I tell everybody that while there's more frames you're drawing per second, the payoff is so much bigger in 2D. So yeah, like I said, I decided to take the 2D track. I actually went to school with Lou Hertz. He was my professor, and if you guys do like a deep dig on Lou Hertz, he used to work on the old Mr. Magoo cartoons.
Oh, wow.
And let me tell you, that man was a real life Mr. Magoo. He did definitely like act like Mr. Magoo and everything. So my brother just came in. Sorry. Yeah, you guys didn't know I had a brother. But he was a real life Mr. Magoo. And so I decided I was going to do the 2D track. And then that's when you want to say hi to the skeleton crew? That's my brother, y'all.
Hello.
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 You're live on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What proceeds? Sorry. But yeah. So of course I said I was going to do 2D, and that was right as the Disney 2D animation bubble burst. So I got out of college and didn't have a job. So from there, I actually just went on and took whatever I could take. And I knew in the back of my mind that I was just going to animate something, whether I did it on the side or I did it as a side job. And then that's what it turned out to be. It was a side job for a long time. It was a side hustle for a very long while for me. But I did web comics for a while. I tell everybody I used to do a web comic called Casually Kayla, but I quickly say, don't go there. Don't go to that website right now. Do not. It has been taken over. Do not go there. I promise you, you will not be happy.
Okay.
Well, some of you might be happy, but your mom, is watching, know that your mom is always watching you.
Oh damn.
So I had a web comic that ran for 10 years. I had some plushies put in stores. I went to like different cons and I did that route. But then I had always said I wanted it to be animated. And like I was always like, let's start animating. And I was always start it and then I wouldn't finish it, because I was like, and it was autobiographical. It was about me being married to my husband. But I said, I really want to animate something. And then I came up with Skelly and I was like, this just has to be animated. I was like, there's no way. And a lot of people have asked me, they're like, you don't think you want to make that live action? And I was like, no. I was like, have you seen the live action coming out right now? No, never. And then I wish I could say it was like Ocean's 11 or Ocean's 12. Never seen those movies, but I'm referencing them. Everybody on the Skeleton Crew knows that I reference a lot of movies I've never seen. I wish I could say that I got everyone together like a Ocean's 12 type of thing. Like I had that wingman. I had that man who could go into a safe. I had that, that girl who could tightrope. It was nothing like that. It was very much help if you want to help. And out of that, we have the Skeleton Crew. And I couldn't have asked for a better, crew to go through this with. I might not be cool like the wolf from the Bad Guys or anything and have a cool story like that, but I did get y'all together. So
That's what counts.
weird. And I think Lakaira asked, what other series, whether books, animation, or other franchises, inspired Skelly in any way? So that was a hard one because I'm gonna date myself here. What inspired Skelly was the animated version of Beetlejuice. And now I'm gonna blow everyone's mind right now. I have never seen Beetlejuice the movie. Ever. Not one.
I remember you saying this. I remember you saying this before in like one of the other chats.
Yes, I have never seen Beetlejuice, but I love the cartoon. And so that was a big inspiration for me, was the Beetlejuice cartoon. And definitely my brother is giving me a look. But yeah, Beetlejuice, sorry, there's so many things going around in my house. Beetlejuice, the cartoon, was a big inspiration. And my brother's looking at me because we used to watch Ren and Stimpy together, which, looking back at it, probably wasn't the best thing that kids should be watching now that we know the double entendres and innuendos in that.
Well, that and John Kay, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah, that's a story for another day. But definitely, it was Beetlejuice. And actually, in our Discord, I have a channel called Inspirations. And there was one article that I read, and I don't want to bring everyone down, but there was one article that I read because I was scared of death. And it says, what happens when you die? And it actually says that your brain is the last thing to shut down. And so you go through your whole life, you play it through your mind, before you die, and you get to see that. And you can still hear people talking around you, so if people are like, oh my God, she's passed away, oh, such a sad thing, oh, I can't believe it, it says that you could actually hear that, and that interested me. And I was like, I wonder if that's true. So then I started to read more articles about people finding out that, yeah, you actually do, like, everything shuts down in a different set of time, so like your kidneys then shut down, then your liver, but your brain is always the last thing to shut down because they want you to get that serotonin, and the serotonin is reliving your life. So I was like, that sounds pretty damn interesting, right? So then I also, I was like, wow, I never thought about it, because I always thought, you die and it's the big clack, it's like the screen clack, it's black. And that's the part that scared me. It's the unknown of what happens right after that clack. And I was like, so is it that it's just over? You just you no longer sense anything, you know? So yeah, I that article helped me get through some of my fear. And as I mentioned at the top of this, you know, Skelly started as an experiment for me to get over my fear of dying. And so, like I said, don't want to bring anybody down, but that is where it sparked from, you know. So it was definitely doing scientific research and then having to talk to my dad, which my dad is still alive, by the way. I hope people didn't think he's dead. My dad is still alive. My dad just likes to plan really, really early. Ooh. And also, you know, my grandmother, and you guys might not know this. I think a lot of the skeleton crew know this. I had to drive up here to see her. We had a little family emergency. So my grandmother has always been my biggest advocate for everything. And she was like, you know, she'll let you know. She's like, you're a little weird, but that's okay. You being weird makes it good, you know. So everything I do in any animation that I've ever done, you know, I've always said this is for my grandma, and this is definitely Skelly is for my grandma. And she's in the deep throes of dementia, so that is also something I'm dealing with. And so, like I said, Skelly was really a big experiment in, can you handle, and are you still scared of? And I'm still scared. I'm not as scared, but I'm still very scared of it. And I think that's just human nature. Everyone's scared. No one wants to, you want to live your life to the fullest, you know? And some people go through their lives like me. I can say that I'm one of those people. I have gone through my life and I said, I haven't accomplished anything. I just had a birthday and I'm like, I just had a birthday and I hadn't accomplished anything. But really, those are the people who probably live the fullest lives, right? And they just don't know it. And so that was a big thing too. I was like, if you just sat there and played back your life and you'd realize all the big moments you did have, and you're sitting there saying that you've done nothing. And I still catch myself sometimes. Sometimes I'll get down in a mood and I'm like, I haven't done anything. I'm worthless. I haven't done anything. And then I'm quickly reminded by my skeleton crew, by my son, looking at him, or my husband. I'm like, damn, I've done a lot, man. You know, and I'm working with people who have done a lot. And I'm working with people who are in the industry and they are doing a lot. It's amazing. So I know I didn't want to get to a downer, but like, you got to think about it that way. Life's too short to be like, oh, ho hum, I didn't do anything in my life, but you really did. You know, like, just think about all the stuff that you've done, every day that you've gone through, and every day that you've persevered. And that's where I'm like, that's the story. That's the story I want to tell. Like, for people who feel like they haven't done anything, you've done so much and you don't even know it. That's the thing. You got to give yourself enough credit. You don't even know it yet. Did I make everyone cry? Don't cry. Don't cry.
No, you're fine.
No, if anything, that was like the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry for me, Argentina.
I didn't know how much I needed to hear that today.
I agree.
I think everyone needs to hear it. Everyone needs to be grounded a little bit, you know, when everybody's like, I haven't done anything. What have I done? I can turn to Wyvery and I can say, do you see that animation that we just put out? Do you see that? Do you see that?
Yeah, it's sick, Kayla. We did that.
And when Vivi's feeling down and she's like, oh, it's my first time working with a crew, you know, I haven't done anything. And I'm like, girl, do you see what you're doing? And Kyra, girl, do you see what you're putting out? Tyler, do you see you're playing Big Ike, who is a dummy, but I love him. Christina, you said that you lost your job and you were like, I don't know what I'm going to do. You're falling right in line, girl. You're doing it.
Pretty much.
I think this is a winning season for everybody. on the Skeleton Crew. This is a winning season, and we're gonna make it like super awesome. Like it's gonna be amazing, and I think we could talk all day about all the cartoons we used to watch. I think, like, I'm looking at chat, like Beetlejuice, SWAT Cats, Ronin Warriors for me. I'm gonna tell somebody, Televised Entity. Do you want to hear something funny? I've only ever seen the first Toy Story. I haven't seen any other Toy Story. Is that bad?
You are a very sheltered woman.
I know. The thing, I used to only watch animated movies. So, like, I'm branching out this year. And when I start doing the stream and I get everybody on, we're going to watch movies together. And y'all are going to be like, oh, look at this, Kayla. Guess what happens? I'm going to be like, what? I think just last week I watched Castaway for the first time in my entire life. And my son was more interested in Castaway than I was. My son was like, Wilson! And I'm like,
oh, I've never seen it either.
You're not missing anything. You're not. Oh. I'm just like, it's a ball, y'all. What? And my husband's like, that's to stop him from going insane. I was like, he's clearly already insane. I don't know what you're talking about. Wilson. So, like I said, well, I have to get you all together, like on a movie stream, because there are so many movies I haven't seen. What's another one that I can blow y'all's mind? Never seen Ghostbusters. What else haven't I seen? I will say, Wyvery, you brought up How to Train Your Dragon, and I was annoying my husband last night because he was watching a video, and I said, "Pay attention to me," and he's like, "I'm watching a video," and I said, "Pay attention to me," and he looks at me and he says, "What?" And then I started doing like the mating dance that Toothless did. I was like, "Rah." He was like, "What is your problem?" And I was like, "Pay attention to me."
Oh my god.
So I definitely love all the How to Train Your Dragons. Definitely love all of those. If it's animated,
let's go.
I've seen the movie, most of them. Toy Story just never could captivate me. I don't know why. And then Forky in this new one, like, I don't understand. My husband went to see it with his friends. I'm going to tell you, he went to see it with his friends, not with me. Group of guy friends. They went to go see Toy Story 4, and he told me about it. And he was like, Forky doesn't want to be a toy. And I said, okay, so just throw him in the trash. And he was like, that would have saved a whole bunch of the movie. And I was like, yeah, I don't understand what the whole movie is about. Like, if he doesn't want to be a toy, like, just throw him in the trash. I don't get it. But Daniel, my husband, he's like, it's the storytelling moment, Kayla. And I was like, no, what's a storytelling moment? He wants to be in the trash. I don't get it. I still don't get it to this day. I don't get it. I'm sorry.
Toy Story 4 was a roller coaster, I will say. I don't recommend watching it.
I mean, it's definitely, a mixed bag for me at least. But I mean, different strokes from folks,
I will say, like, everyone's like, you watch cartoons because you have a kid. No, I just watch cartoons. Like, I will be watching Bluey without him, like, all the time. Like, tomorrow, yes, that's what I'm talking about. I slept on my beans. Hi, Janet. Hi, Reed.
Yup, represent.
I love me some Bluey. I will watch that without him. And tomorrow at 10 a.m., I'm going to be watching Kif without him, too, because I love me some Kif. If y'all have not got on that Kif train, I need y'all to get on the Kif train.
I remember.
I probably should, because I got a couple of friends of mine who work on it. But time just keeps flying by.
It's on, and not a sponsor. This is not a sponsor. Disney Plus. It's all up there.
Gotcha.
I mean, that and Moon Girl. If nobody
Moon Girl, definitely. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur have consumed most of my 2004.
Yes.
2024.
If no one has watched Moon Girl, I need you to stop what you're doing. Get off this stream right now, and I need you to go watch it. Especially the last season. It's amazing.
It's kind of too late. Well, I mean, it's kind of too. Well, I'm sorry, what was that?
I gotta see the last half of season 2.
Oh, you are. Oh my God!
Oh boy,
Get
hell,
off
wow,
this
it's
stream right now, and I need you to go watch it. Cause
Right.
Lakyra,
Yes, you
you and
can.
I, we like Trolls, and it's very much in that same vein of Trolls. Like those mixtapes on the last half of the second season, amazing. They're bangers.
Noted.
But I don't. Does anybody have any other questions? My brother is like, why are you still talking? He keeps coming. Look, my brother is 12 years older than me. We are in two very different mindsets.
Oh wow.
I'm very much still in the cartoon, and he's very much like, why are you still watching cartoons? And I was like, it's my job.
Well,
question.
Who do you expect to make the cartoons? The
Right,
adults?
that's what I'm saying. I was like, we got a question. Let's see. Which Skelly character is your favorite? And the person that character was based off of. Did you like them or not so much? I think all of the characters are my favorite. They all fit in. I I like to talk very much about Dougland. Sarah's secret one night stand. Talk so much about Dougland.
Oh, wow.
Did I like the person he's based off of? To a point. He was funny. He was a ginger. He was always angry. I mean, he's gonna make for great TV. But there are some things he says to Sarah that were said to me, and I was like, who do you think you're talking to? So Dougland. I would say watch out for Dougland. He is the one that is going to be one of the funnies. But every character in Skelly has their own one-off little side story. So, like, I think I was asked one time, who's the main character? And everybody was like, well, of course it's Sarah. But then I got people saying, I don't really care about Sarah. And I was like, exactly. But that's how Sarah feels. She's like, nobody really cares. Everybody was like, it's Skelly. And I was like, every character is a main character because they're going to have their own little stories. And for the people who are on this Q&A, the people who did not join are going to hate that they missed out. I said first we were going to only have 7 episodes. We have now officially gone to 12. We are doing 12 episodes, y'all. It's gonna be amazing.
Let's go.
Yes, we're gonna have some episodes for Joan and Anne and the old man and everybody. And Gerald, I don't know if he's still on here. We're definitely gonna have one about Sarah and her dad. And I don't know if you guys know, Gerald Hill and Lakyra actually have worked together, and they always seem to be father-daughter. They are always father-daughter, and I continue the trend in Skelly where it's father-daughter. So they're coming back together.
Love to see it.
I think that's like one of those cool little Easter eggs that they always play father and daughter in like everything or almost everything they've done together. I think they've played father and daughter, and now we're continuing it. And I think that's pretty awesome, right? So I think that's awesome. What else can we announce here that's like, ooh, you should have been on here and now you're gonna hate that you weren't? What else can we announce? What can we announce?
Panel?
Ah, right. We will be at Level Up Expo April 25th through the 27th in Las Vegas. It will be me and some of the skeleton crew. We have a panel that starts at 5:30, which will be 8:30 my time. And my grandma Bones can't handle it. But we will have a panel talking about doing your own indie without big studio funding. And I'm going to tell you, here's the end of the panel. You're broke. That's how you end up. You broke. But yes, Please come see us at Level Up Expo. We are going to have a surprise for anyone who can find us. We have a special personal and confidential present to hand to you. And it's going to be amazing. Because once you open it, you're going to be like, oh, this is just like a surprise box full of goodies. Haha. Not even the crew know everything that's going to be in this personal and confidential surprise. So come find us at Level Up Expo. Also, after that, we will be at MomoCon. So I hope to see everybody at MomoCon. That is in my old stomping grounds, my old college place. Wyvery, if I could fly you over, I would in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you're a
Brenda,
delight.
good. I'd fly you all over in a heartbeat and get you all to be there. But come see us at MomoCon. It will be recorded. I plan on doing kind of an immersion type thing. I have my meta glasses that I will be wearing, so you will actually see it from me walking out on the stage and probably crapping my pants to be in front of everybody. And also, we're going to have somebody in the audience recording everything, so you'll see it two ways. I want to make it an immersive day. It's going to be fun. What else? What else? Do we have any other questions? Indy, we just announced that we will be going to Level Up Expo. We'll be there the 25th to the 27th, and we will have a panel. And people will have to come find us. If they find us, they get a present. Also, we're going to try to give presents to some people there. Hopefully, we can get in front of Glitchworks because Lakira has an immense love for Gummy Goo. And I need her to talk to Gummy Goo, at least just a little bit. So, and I need to talk to the Has-Been Hotel people, specifically Stella. I want to talk to Stella. I have some words for Stella, and probably Blitz. But yeah, come find us at Level Up Expo. We're gonna have fun. Who is going to be there? It is going to be me, Lakira, Nathan, and Brenna. So we're going to have Sarah, Blaine, and Clyde, and Bonnie. They will be there. Hopefully, if anybody else can come up there, they can come up on the panel too. If y'all just want to talk, I hope that I can do like a call-in where maybe I can phone some of y'all in to be on the screen. But Level Up has not given us much information. They're not very responsive this year. So yeah, they're not being very responsive this year. So we'll see. If we could, I definitely would love to give Wyvery, VV, and anybody else who wants to be on there, definitely Random, Teddy, Naya, I would love, and Christina, definitely get you all on there. Tyler, I didn't forget you as well. Anybody who would like to join, if I can convince them that I can get people on there, I would do that. So yeah, I think that's it. We're coming in about 7 o'clock. I don't know if anybody has any other questions, but if you do have any other questions, feel free to reach out. We're always here. You can find us all on Twitter. Who will be at MomoCon? I am not sure yet, so we're still working that out. But I'll be there. You know, I'll be there. Lakira will be there. So we're still working that out. As far as MomoCon, I just know the date that my panel is. They haven't given me any more information. We're a month out, so I kind of understand that. Level Up, I don't really kind of understand why it's taking them so long, but it is. So yeah, come find us at MomoCon too. I'll put reminders out for all of it. What else can we announce? We're heavy in production. I guess I could announce that we're heavy into production, and we plan on having the pilot episode done by October. So keep an eye out. October 2025. We hope to have everything done. We're all working very hard to get something out. Yeah. Anybody else have any questions? If not, I can let you all go. No more questions? Last call for questions. I feel like one of those guys at the fair. I feel like that. No more questions? Oh, I thought we would have more questions. Oh well, we'll do more of it, and you can hear my son making a fart noise in the background. I love that. That is what 8-year-olds do. So I'm just putting it out there. That was not me. that was not me. I'm not that old. But yeah, if anybody has anything to ask, feel free to reach out to us. Find us on Twitter. We are on. Ooh, someone is needs to go on mute.
Sorry, that's me. I had my phone on.
Oh, that's fine. I'll put you on mute. So yeah, find us on Twitter at Skelly. It's technically _ SSKELLY _ANIM on Twitter. Or you can find me on Twitter, or you can find any of the Skeleton Crew on Twitter. Y'all, I wonder if I need to make a whole Skeleton Crew Twitter. I wonder if we should just do that. Should we do that? Maybe we should make a whole Skeleton Crew Twitter. Well, no, maybe not Twitter, not X. We don't like that. We can do it on Blue Sky. Let's do it on Blue Sky or Threads or something. I don't want to give Elon Musk any more money.
Pretty much.
Not that I give him any money to begin with, but I'm just saying I don't want to give him any more money. Let's do that. Let's do that. Thank you, Vivi, for putting it in there, because I always get it wrong, and I'm the one who made it up. Weird.
Welcome.
Yeah. So, yeah. Does anybody have anything they want to plug before we get off? I know Lakira has a pilot out. Lakira, I don't know if you want to plug that here, or maybe you don't. It's up to you.
Yes, I can plug my pilot. So I'm in another show called Me and My Genie. And I play the genie, Rana. And that just came out on March 22nd. And you can catch it on YouTube. The YouTube channel is BD or B Draws. So yeah, you can look that up on YouTube. There's a couple reaction videos already, and I'm super excited. I think it's at 52K so far. I'm like, oh, y'all like it.
Y'all, if y'all haven't seen it, go watch it. It's super funny. Lakira never disappoints, and that whole team, they're doing amazing work. Definitely go support them. Anybody else have anything they want to promote? Teddy, I know you have something you might want to promote. Did I put you on the spot? I probably did. I'm sorry.
A little bit. If you guys want to check out, I just didn't know if you wanted me to plug my show during your show, but
you know, I'm an equal opportunity. I'm an equal opportunity person. Everybody, get out there.
All right. Well, if you guys want to check out my show, I have a web show up called A World with No Name that me and my friends are working on. The first episode is out. Episode 2 is going to be coming shortly, with episodes 3 and 4 already storyboarded out. We also have the entire first novella written and out on Wattpad, with the second novella constantly getting updated every month. So please check it out if you guys would like to. I would greatly appreciate it.
Go check it out, y'all. MB Thomas, you have something to plug. He went away.
Oh no.
Vivi, do you have anything you want to plug?
Oh, I don't have any shows that I'm working on or anything.
Oh, I think you do, madam. I think you do.
I do.
Which one?
I mean, of course, Skelly. Watch Skelly, guys. Support us.
Yes. All right, MB Thomas, hold on.
All right, Hedda. All
Go
right.
right ahead.
Okay, so I also have a show in the works right now. We're in pre-production. It's called Malco. It is we have a website on Blue Sky for anybody who wants to follow the production for it. For any like production updates or any like or any like if you want to be up to date on it, if we're looking for other people to be part of the show, I can mind if I put the link in the comment section?
Yeah, go right ahead by all means.
Okay. All right, cool. Just a second.
And Random, you have something you want to plug?
Oh yes. Not show related, unfortunately, so going a bit off theme. I've actually since 2022 been running a hobby services company. We do miniature painting, creative writing, and as I'm here, we do voice acting as well. At the moment, it's only me on the team, so please inquire if you want to be part of the Random team. Not to steal people away from the Skeleton Crew.
Oh, never. Like I said, I share everything around. That doesn't sound right. I share the wealth. I am definitely not a gatekeeper. So everybody should know that I am not a gatekeeper. I'm going to say that on my panel. I am not a gatekeeper. I don't like gatekeepers. Stop gatekeeping. Stop doing it. You know what? Share the secrets. Share the secrets.
Oh, yes.
Because that's the only way that we are ever going to be able to support each other is if we help each other out. So that's what I'm going to leave everybody with. I'm also going to leave everybody with watch Skelly, watch your inboxes, watch your X notifications, Blue Sky, Instagram. We're going to be doing a lot more of these. I hope. We're definitely the artists. We're definitely going to be doing like a whole draw pile where we get on there and we're just shooting the crap. I'm in my grandmother's house. I cannot cuss. That is a rule that has always been a rule since I was a kid. We are going to shoot the crap and draw and have some fun. I will give everyone much notice before we do that. And like I said, I'm sorry about this one. I know it's kind of shoestrung together. We did just have a family emergency. So I thank y'all for having grace with me on that. I leave everybody with this. Hug your babies tight. I'm sorry. I love King of the Hill. I love King of the Hill. That's my favorite show. Just think about life and have fun. You only get one go on it. Depends on how you think about it. I like to think we get several goes, but make this one count and look at your closets before you go to bed at night. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us and thank you for watching the premiere. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night and I will talk to y'all later. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody.